Okay, good. Let's get into this real quick. All right, what do you need to know? It's super late. I'm going to explain this video to you very quickly. We don't have lots of time. Please remember to like and subscribe to the video. Unless you don't like the video, then I got nothing for you. Hey. All right, so here's the deal. There was a rule released basically today, although it says 1/20/26. Basically, they just released it at the end of the day. POM's recent change. DI 29505 TN4. Again, DI 29505 TN4. Specifically, this is essentially an emergency type of message. It is from the ODP division, policy division of the SSA. Let's go through it real quick. All right, here's what you need to know. I'm going to read to you the background. The DDS has always had jurisdiction for getting consultative examination on railroad claims. Okay. Due to fiscal processing limitations, the SSA is trying to go ahead and find the money to process a process. Let me explain it to you. Let me read it again. DDS, Disability Determination Services, has always had jurisdiction for getting consultative examinations on railroad retirement claims. Due to fiscal processing limitations, it costs too much for this other group to do what they normally do. The Federal Disability Determination Division in Chicago, FDDD, is no longer able to pay for medical evidence requests, requests for RRB, it's railroad stuff, dual eligibility claims. As a result, we need to reach out to the local DDS via an assistance request for that DDS to request and pay for the medical evidence of record. What's happening? The SSA is now going through the second mass consolidation. There was one before Frank Bisignato. Now there's going to be another one. There are divisions that they are going to take money away from when it comes to processing and then mass combine them to create super centers for other facilities. Here we go. Quote from the thing. When using our prior legacy system, we only reached out to the local DDS to request and pay for CEs. This process in POM's update only applies to RRB DE claims. The local DDS does not adjudicate the claim. They are beginning to pull functions from different groups that have for decades done these functions. Why is this important? Okay, let me read to you the summary and then I'm going to tell you why this is important. Remember, this is going to be a short video. All right. DI 29505.015, development requests for career railroad or railroad annuitant cases. The Social Security Administration has jurisdiction for disability claims of career railroad workers or railroad annuitant cases. The Federal Disability Determination Division Chicago, FDDD, it's just a bunch of Ds, it's 3 Ds, FDDD, processes railroad claims. The FDDD can request that the Disability Determination Services develop medical evidence of record or arrange a consultative examination. So basically, this is their new procedure. Follow this procedure to arrange the MER or CE. This is what they're telling their internal groups, their local field office managers, right, about how this should be handled in the future. Number one, follow regular DDS procedures for arranging medical evidence procurement and CEs. Upon completion of appropriate DDS development actions, return the report to the FDDD as specified in the DPB request. If the FDDD sent the entire file to the DDS, return the file and report together. Why is this important? This, because I watch this stuff like a hawk. This document tells us that a new level of consolidation is about to occur. It is my belief that Frank Bisignato, through the Trump administration, is trying to go ahead and hyper-consolidate the functions of the benefit system. It is my belief that these Blue states are creating a bit of a shit show where they're withholding data to give to the federal government about who's getting what, food stamps, TANF, etc. But the federal government is very likely to vote on federalizing these welfare type benefits and then sucking them into the SSA for the purposes of their administration. It's taking away from the agricultural agency and moving it all under the umbrella of the SSA. Why? Why would they do this? Well, it's much easier to control how many people are on welfare, whether they should be or shouldn't be, if the federal government controls the actual money lists of who's supposed to receive them. So, if you have a bunch of states, 21, who are Democrats, who keep suing Trump left and right, it becomes very difficult to go ahead and enforce Trump's intention to have fewer people on welfare-based programs because he doesn't want to pay as much. As a result of this situation, I am starting to see the agency under the Social Security Administration, right? The agency, the policy departments, moving things around to consolidate who has to do what. It's like a big company eating up a lot of smaller divisions and then creating super divisions that just handle all of it. So it'd be hyper automated through one big division as opposed to a bunch of smaller divisions. The full extent of this is for the federal government to reacquire the rights to distribute completely welfare benefits. I believe that this is what the plan is. I do not have definitive proof of it yet, but it does look like it's moving in that direction. Is Trump fed up with blue states suing him because he just wants to go ahead and get a copy, with obviously Rollins as well, a copy of who's receiving them, find the fraud, get them off the benefits, and go from there? Yeah, he's not happy. He's not a happy camper. He does have the capacity to request the House and the Senate to vote on federalizing these benefits. If that occurs, they have to have an SSA that can handle that amount of claims. Right now, it can't. It can't. It's at a 50-year low of employment, right? They are speeding things up. Looks like the phone reports are coming out showing the phones are super speedy. Too bad. The phone reports don't include the no pickups that go right through, and people get pissed about that. There's a ton of them. But bottom line is this. If Frank Bisignano can build it, I bet you a nickel that Trump and him have had a call about potentially federalizing the welfare benefits, sticking them under the SSA umbrella. But in order to do that, the SSA has to be able to handle it. In order to do that, the SSA has to become hyper automated with AI, is what it is. Okay. Anyways, Attorney Walter Knott, most viewed, subscribed to, and clicked on Disability Attorney in America. This is a short video. Please remember to like and subscribe. I will catch you all a little bit down the line. Please remember also, if you have Medicare questions, I don't do that stuff. Right there, 339-226-6287. They can answer Medicare questions. I will catch you all tomorrow. I do need to work with the homeless. So if you call the law firm in the morning, you won't, morning, middle of the day until like 4 p.m., you won't be able to get me. Attorney Walter Knott, I will catch you a little bit later. You have a wonderful, wonderful day, and we will rock and roll from there. Thank you so much, and we'll catch up soon. All right, bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.